friends. My name is Constance, and this is Cruelty-Free Musings. Welcome back to my channel and to my bedroom. Why am I recording not in my normal studio, you may ask? Well, it's because I didn't buy candy, and it's Halloween. And my recording studio, aka the second bedroom, is on the front of the house. So if I am in there recording after dark with the light on, I will have children knocking at the door, interrupting me recording, and being disappointed that I don't have candy. So we're just skipping that. I don't celebrate Halloween, and I don't need to eat leftover candy. So two birds, one stone. My rings are in another room. They're not. They're on the other side of this room. But you know, it happens. Alright, so, into the meat of this video. This is my pan update, recording on the last day of October. And I have some decent progress to share with you for my October update. Let us begin, as usual, with this giant honking bottle of Jergens Ultra Healing Lotion, which Jergens is not cruelty free, so I'm trying to use it up. Number one. And number two, it's like 3 years old, and I figured I should use it up before it starts smelling weird. On this one, I have a lot of progress. I edited the mark that I made to make it say September, because this is the September update. It said the October update because I think I recorded it in the first week of October. This is the September update up here, and then this is where my lotion is right now. I'm really excited about my progress. I have started using it right when I get out of the bath, when my body's still wet, and just like slathering it on my arms and legs and body. And it turns out that that's a really fast way to use up lotion if you just want to get rid of some lotion. I don't notice that the skin on my body is particularly dry, so it's not something that I feel compelled to do every time I bathe. But given that I want to use up this lotion, it's working well for me. I expect to be done with this by the end of November. And that will be very exciting. Alright, the next thing in my project is my perfume. This is the Vies Belle, and it's from Lancome, which is not cruelty free, and it's also more than a year old. It was starting to smell different, still smelled fine, but didn't smell like the original La Vies Belle, and changed color. So I was like, let's get this used up and moved out. Drop it on my foot. Ow! This is sharp. And I did it! Look, there's no perfume left. The last couple of times that I used this, I sprayed it about a dozen times and got like a squirt and a half of real perfume. So this has been used up. This is the first perfume that I've ever used up, but I feel very accomplished. Just like using a thing up in general is difficult, and I got so tired of this perfume. I was like, oh my goodness, just let me wear Ameline. Or French Kiss. That's another perfume that I own, which I really enjoy. Let us move into complexion products. This is my foundation. I did not mark it this month because it spent 2 months in exactly the same spot. there are these two lines here that are really close together, and I didn't mark it last month because I had made no progress, and I am not marking it again this month because it would be the same amount of progress as I made in this month period. So I am using this very slowly. Really, this is just evidence that I don't enjoy wearing foundation that much. I just don't wear foundation that much. I lean really heavily on my concealers, and I wear foundation occasionally when I have more time, when I feel like it. I just don't feel like it right now. So the progress on this has slowed to a crawl. Something that has not slowed to a crawl is my concealer. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 04. I should tell you that this is the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation in Swan. And the reason that I'm attempting to use it up is because the color is too dark and too yellow for me. Very fair, very cool-toned person that I am. And this is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 04. And last update, I took out the stopper, and this update, it is scraped clean. I can't, like, look at this. Look at what's on the, let me block out my face to try and get it to focus on the doe foot. See how there's nothing gooped on the paddle doe foot at all? Yeah. So satisfying. Use this thing to the dregs. So exciting. I will introduce something to replace this at the end of the video. Next up, face thing. This is my blush. This is the BareMinerals Gen Nude Powder Blush in On the Mauve. This blush has been in the project since January. This was one of the original things, and maybe I'll hit pan on it at the end of next year. This is honestly what I expect. Like, I don't expect to see pan anytime soon. Which is fine. This is a nice blush. I wear it basically every day, and I really enjoy the effect of this blush. I like the color. It works well on my skin. Works well as kind of a neutrally color that matches really nicely with the lip color that I am working on at the moment. So I am perfectly happy to use this basically every day. It's a good blush. Lasts all day. I might hit pan on it eventually. Last face thing. This is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. This is a little deluxe size. And I got this, and then it sat for a month, and I was like, you know what, let's just throw it into the pan, into the project, and see how much progress I can make on it, see if maybe I can use it up, learn something about it. This shade is Moonlight, and I discovered after the first month of using it that it is too dark to apply with my fingers or a sponge or really anything other than a very soft stipple brush. So let's show you the progress. This is where it started out. Like, that's basically the the level that the sample bottles are filled to. Then in the first month, I used it up to this line here, and then I used about half of that month in the half that much in the month of October. Why did I slow down so much? Well, first of all, it's October. I'm losing what little color I had to begin with, and second, I've really come to understand over the month of October that this looks like a glowy bronzer on me. Like, even if I buff it out really nicely with the stipple brush. Hi, baby. Tell me more. Uh-huh. I see. Okay. Interlude over. So even if I buff out the edges really nicely with the stipple brush, that works well in general to get a nice seamless transition into my skin, it's still going to look like a glowy bronzer on me, and this is not the time of year. Like, it's below freezing outside. This is not the time of year to look glowy and bronzed. This is the year to look, this is the time of year to look like a snowman and be bundled up in a cashmere sweater. Hi. That's, this is my life right now. Bundled up. So, yes, this is slow going. Even at this rate, I might use it up by the end of the year. I'm not going to push it too hard. I feel like even if I end up not using this up by the end of the project, it's not a huge problem. Right? Like, I just come back to it at some point later, and it's dried up and I've used most of the bottle, or it's still fine when it's appropriate to have glowy bronze skin again. Like, neither of those options are terrible. So, moving on to the next item. This is the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in Fast Lane. Be prepared for no progress, because I have not been keeping track of how much I have used of this, but I know that it's not very much. Alright, so let's see. I've used more than I thought. There's like a visible gap, but still, like, not a lot of progress there. It turns out, so the assumption when I put this into the project, it was paired with this color Call Me, which was a dark brown. And I used the dark brown a lot, and I was like, this is a dark color. I mostly use this along my lash line to darken up my lashes and make them look a little thicker. They perform essentially the same function, right? Incorrect. I actually put enough eyeliner on my eyes that the fact that this is black and teal and fades out to kind of a blue, teal, like, it makes a difference to how my eyes look, and I don't always want it. So I have not been very diligent about using this at all. I may try to set myself a challenge for the month of November to always wear eyeliner and see where that gets us. But I have definitely not made much progress with this at all. Alright, another thing that I have not made progress with. And it's because this is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter, which I use in the lower waterline of, or in the waterline of my eyes as sort of a brightening color. The reason that I have not used this much is I realized as soon as, basically as soon as I put it, as soon as I recorded the September update, that it rubs off on my contacts. So I don't think that I have even sharpened this in a month. Look at this. Do you see how the nib is basically right up against the line? Yeah. I haven't used it. I have not used this, and I'm not going to try. I am not going to make such a big deal about this that I'm going to roll it out, because I already have 2 things to roll in. I had to confirm, but yes, the perfume and the concealer. I already have 2 things to roll in, so I don't feel the need to refresh by rolling this out. So I'll leave it in the project, and we'll see if anything comes of it. I kind of doubt that it will. Alright, and now I'm pretty sure that this is the last thing currently in the project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the ColourPop Lippie pencil in Faded. I am wearing it now. I take this to work with me, and I just, color in my lips. I wear sunscreen lip balm on my drive into work. Not that it's relevant at this point because I'm mostly leaving before dawn, because dawn happens at 8 now. But anyway, not bitter. It's winter. It's the thing that happens when it's winter. So, I wear my lip balm to work, and then once I get to work, I will put on my lip pencil. After I drink my coffee and stuff. So I have been putting in some work on this lip pencil. It's a really easy to wear color. It's a nice orange that works well on my lips. So this is where I started, and that is where I am today. If you can see, I have used 2.5 boxes worth of this pencil, which is like 3/4 of an inch. Maybe it's an entire inch. It's I've used a lot of this. I am pretty impressed with myself with how faithfully I've used this this lip pencil. I'm enjoying it. Not mad at it at all. Alright, so that is the last of the updates. Let's get into the introductions. So to replace the concealer, I went for another concealer. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Sort of incidentally, I am wearing it today. This is a, I guess it is technically a mini. It's like a half size thing. So you probably can't see very well, but I do have a pretty major dip in it. I have used, at a guess, a third, probably a third of it. So I figured that I can put some effort into using this more regularly, because I find that it sort of languishes. And this is a reasonable color for me to just use as a concealer. So I don't know if you can, that was kind of a bad place for a swatch, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in a way that it's not in shadow. So let's try again. So this is the concealer. So this is a salmony pinky corrector, and it just happens to be a really good match for my skin tone, so I can kind of just throw it on underneath my eyes and look a little less tired at work. So it's, or I can layer it under another concealer to correct a little bit of the blueness, because my concealers typically are yellow to cancel out the brownness that is endemic underneath my eyes, and then this pinky tone will cancel out any blueness that comes from, you know, lack of sleep, not enough water, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, just wanted to dedicate a little bit of effort into using this more consistently, because it is nice. It is something that I can just throw on and head out, and it might be something that I could layer, you know, that I could tap on my under eyes and then put my foundation concoction over the top, and concoction because this is the wrong color, and then feel like I can leave without putting more concealer under my eyes, which ends up not wearing well throughout the day. Alright, so that is introduction number 1. I don't think I'm going to be able to mark this, but let's just say right now that my goal is to hit pan, and I might hit pan like tomorrow. We'll see. If it turns out that I hit pan very easily on this, then I will just transform it. I will just transform the goal into use it up. Last introduction. This is to replace the perfume. This is a ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip. This is in the color Catch and Feels. As I have mentioned several times about the ColourPop items that have rotated through this pan on a regular basis, ColourPop items tend not to have a long shelf life. They tend to go bad faster than things of other brands. So I figured that I could give using up an Ultra Satin liquid lipstick a try. So this is in the shade Catch and Feels. It's about a year old. I bought this when it went on clearance. So this is the part of the Sephora exclusive set that ColourPop launched when they were in Sephora. And then I didn't buy it from Sephora. I actually bought it from the ColourPop website after ColourPop was no longer in Sephora, and when it went on clearance. And I really like the color. It's a terracotta, you know, good color for this time of year. And you know, I feel like it'll probably pair decently well with this lip liner. It might be a little bit darker than this lip liner, which, you know, if that's true, then it's true. But I have used it. I like the Ultra Satin lip formula. It's more comfortable than the Ultra Matte. It's pretty durable. It sticks around. But you can also put a gloss over it and make it a little bit more comfortable. And it just, in general, I do enjoy the Ultra Satin lip formula. I don't have a lot of it because I have found that it goes bad. In fact, in my empties, which I recorded like a month and a half ago and still haven't posted. But anyway, in that empties video, with my old hair, with my not chin length hair, I have an Ultra Satin lipstick that I wore, and then when I was pulling it out to reapply it, I sniffed it and I was like, oh, this smells like Play-Doh. That's not great. So, yeah, that one went into the empties because it went bad. And I do like the formula, and I would like to try to use these up. And this was the most compatible lip combination that I thought that I had as far as the Ultra Satin lip color and the lip liner that was already in the project. So I'm going to try to use that up, and that is it. I hope you enjoyed or learned something, or both. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you feel like. And goodbye for now.